Evening people, evening, welcome back to the channel. So back tonight with the P1RC race community, or the P1 race community for the Japanese Super GTs. It's round 2. What? I don't know why it says round 12 on it. It's round 2, it's not round 12, and we are live from High Speed Ring. So we've got a 50-minute enduro coming up for you guys, following a 5-minute qualifier. So let's just have a look. 5-minute qualifier, 50-minute race. First round was last week. I don't need to read any of that. I don't need to put any of that up anymore. You must use there's each car twice. So you've got to use a Subaru, a Lexus, a Honda NSX, or a Nissan GTR. You've got to use each car twice. If you go outside of those rules, it's a 20-point deduction for each extra car used. So if you use 3 cars instead of 1 car 3 times, if you like, you get extra 20 points taken off. You've got to use 2 compounds as well tonight, and there's an in-game penalty if not. So quickly, let's have a look at scores so far. So after 1 round last week, Dylan leads the way with 22 points. We've got Martin second with 17 points, Mocking Wee with 15 points, Obi-Wan with 12 points in 4th, it's Hoggy 5th with 11, Manny 6th with 10 points, and then we've got Pilgrim with 9 in 7th, 8 points for Dazzler in 10th, and then no points for Dizzy, Apache, Skippy, or KRT Kevin. And we only actually have 8 drivers in the lobby tonight as well. Stickers still available, people. Hit me up at darksmoker@googlemail.com if you want any of those. Outside of that, let's get ourselves in. Evening, how are we all doing? Let me just put some sound on. So it's GT2 class, or GR2 class cars. A lot of aero, a lot of power as well. No Dylan in the lobby tonight. Who have we got? So we've got a Mart, and it's Hoggy. We've got an Apache, a Manny, a Mockin, Dazzler, Pilgrim, and an Obi-Wan. 8 drivers. Have a quick look at lobby setup. 1 second. Damn it. I was going to sneeze. I am going to sneeze. God damn. Tyre wear times 4, fuel consumption times 2. 5 litres of fuel, so they have to stop. They only start with 60 litres anyway out of the full 100. So definitely a pit stops. Let's have a look. What else? Yeah, whatever tyres you feel like, but you've got to change. Traction control, no limit. We don't like traction control. It's a little bit of a cheat. It does make your car a little bit slower, but it is a bit of a cheat. Okay, so we are just around the corner from qualifying. Mocking Weeks a quick good evening back. Stay hydrated, people. I'm on beers again tonight. Less so than last night. I was a little bit toasty by the end of last night's stream. Yeah. Plus I've got work tomorrow, so I'll calm it down. Okay, so ready for qualifying. Everyone's got a car. Apologies about the hum or the drone you might be able to hear. I've got the fan on down here, just keeping me a little bit cool. Okay, Pilgrim giving us the go-ahead. Qualifying just about to start. So it is only a short 5-minute qualifier, so it is really 2 laps, I think. I don't know what lap times they're doing here, to be honest. So it's a tricky one. It can be naughty here. There can be a lot of cheating going on at high speed ring, unfortunately, but hopefully we don't see any of that. Big wide track, big banked corners, but there are also great big walls here that you can smash yourself into on the right hand side, and use your aero. Use the power just to push yourself around the outside of the wall, but it's frowned upon. So there's not a lot to it. We are actually already heading down towards the final turn. Just on board with It's Hoggy at the minute. Outlaps happening. Another wall you can use to your advantage around this one if you dare. We'll stick with It's Hoggy, we'll do a lap on board with him. So across the line then, down towards turn 1, big bank left hand turn, keep the power on all the way through here. Keeping it out of that wall on the right, backing off through here. Letting off the throttle then, back on it. No braking, I don't think. I didn't see from It's Hoggy. Brakes on for this one. Tightens up. Just feathers the throttle around that one. No brake applied. Back on the throttle under the tunnel. Auto lights coming on under there. That's not brake lights. Through that little kink and then into this final long sweeping left-hander. Onto the start finish straight, and that is all it is here. Let's have a look then. Got lap time starting to come in. Obi-Wan sitting on top at the minute with a 101.1, so just over a minute lapse then. Weeks has dropped himself into second. 101.178. Pilgrim, oh, it's bang on the same time. Obi-Wan and Weeks both on a 101.178. Sharing the glory of pole position. Not that they'll get to do that. Obi-Wan is actually sitting on top. Pilgrim third then, 101.2. Mark's dropped himself in the pits. Did he come out on wrong tyres maybe? Maybe just sticking a fresh set on. Getting a final push. It's Hoggy then in fifth, 101.5 for him. Apache 6th with a 101.7. Dazzler in 8th with a 102.3. This could all change any second. And a red 103.6 for Manny. Pilgrim also in the pits this lap. Rockin dropping himself in the pits as well, opting to go for that tyre change. Into the wall a little bit there for Obi. Pushing those track limits. Not sure how dramatic they are in terms of shortcut penalties here. Keeps it out of the wall. Soft tyres showing loads of wear already on that front left, front right. Any quicker for Obi? It's not. He stays on a 101 at 178. Weeks just coming back out the pits with a fresh set of tyres. Pilgrim holding third. It's Hoggy's slidden himself up to fourth position. Still pushing on those broken tyres though. So this is this the first hot lap? Yes, first hot lap for Mark. I think he did lap one, came straight in the pits. Up into fourth, and he has got another lap here. And it is this man currently on pole with that 101.178. Is qualifying over. He shares that time with Mocking Weeks, 101.178. Weeks find a little bit of time here. He needs a thousandth. That's all he needs. Oh, he doesn't. Stays there. Pilgrim qualifying done. Mark still out. Last chance for him then to try and gain any more positions. Everyone else crossed the line. Tight on the way out of that final turn. Has that benefited him? No, stays fourth. So it is Obi on pole, then Mocking second. Oh. There we go. Obi on that top spot. Mocking Weeks second, although it's exactly the same time. Pilgrim third, Mart in fourth, Hoggy fifth, Apache sixth, Manny seventh, and Dazzler in eighth. 50 minutes coming up then here. That was a close one, says Mocking. And so does Obi. 101.178 for the pair of them. First corner shouldn't be too bad here. It's when we come into turn 2 down towards turn 3 it can all get a little bit tricky, especially when they're all bunched up. Then it's all about managing those tyres. You've just seen a set of softs. That was a 5-minute qualifier, and the right hand tyre, the right hand front, absolutely broken on some of those cars. The bank turns just allow you to put so much power and force through it. It does hold you on the road until it doesn't, but it does wear them out quickly. Again, they have to opt for 2 compounds of tyres throughout the race. They can go for more, they can change as many times as they like, just they have to put 2 different compounds on at some point. I'm not sure if there's a rule in terms of, I think you have to do 3 laps. 1 out lap, 1 full lap, and an in lap again. Okay, race start at 21:15 then. About a minute. I wonder if anyone will opt for the hard tyre straight away. Could be a real mix-up in terms of tyres on the grid. How much practice have people done? We've seen, was it last week? I think the medium tyre nearly lasted as long as the soft tyre. Oh, sorry, the soft tyre nearly lasted as long. If you managed it, it nearly lasted as long as the medium tyre. Apologies. So yeah, plenty of room at this circuit, quite a wide track throughout. And again, with those bank turns, people not aiming for apexes quite so much in this one, therefore probably less chance of incidents and accidents. I could be wrong. It could all go wrong in turn 2. Could be an absolute massacre. Okay, so Obi-Wan on pole, Mocking Weeks second, Pilgrim third, Mart in fourth. Lights go on then. Everybody getting away well there. Is that Apache having a go at Mart? I'll head down towards the bank turn then. Mocking Weeks has found himself on the inside through there. Gets that position off of Obi coming down towards turn 1. Everybody swapping for positions. Let's get ourselves into the thick of it. A little bit of door banging already, but it's Mocking Weeks who's managed to find himself out front. Again, plenty of room given, plenty of space at this circuit. Mocking Weeks out front, it's Obi-Wan second. He's got Mart right up his rear end with a Pilgrim right behind him. Apache in fifth then. We're on board with It's Hoggy as he just tries to sneak up the inside through that final turn. Apache carries the speed through though. Slipstream coming into effect now. It's not enough. The NSX still pulling away from the skyline here. Manny in a skyline behind as well. Dazzler sitting at the back at the moment, but still pretty close on track, all of the drivers. Everybody just keeping it outside of that wall. Look at the speed It's Hoggy's carried through there. Goes for a move on Apache again. Apache late braking. Can he carry the speed round, hold the inside into the next turn? Yes, he can. Is it enough? No, it's not. It's Hoggy just finds himself in front then. Right, let's get ourselves back to the front. Mocking Weeks in the NSX being chased by Pilgrim in another NSX. Obi drops down to third. Skyline not as quick as the NSX, I don't think. Seems to have a mile or two an hour top end more than the Skylines. Obi going defensive a little bit. Mark still right on his tail here. Oh, look at the speed he's carried out through there. Flies past. I think Obi will just flick to Obi. Oh, he's on the hard tyre. Yeah, he's pushing it. Let's run through the tyre order, shall we? See what people are on. We've got Mocking Weeks up front on a set of mediums. Chasing him down is Pilgrim on a set of softs. Mart in the Skyline on a set of mediums. Obi-Wan on that hard option, but it's cost him a few positions already. It's got all the other drivers catching him up as well now. It's Hoggy having a go, Apache having a go. Medium tyres on for the pair of them. Manny, he's gone for the hard option as well. And Dazzler's gone for the hard option. Mocking Weeks has made a mistake. Not into the wall, but well, there's no damage on that car. But it's allowed Pilgrim through. As Pilgrim's just used the slipstream up the start-finish straight. Soft tyres as well, but you can see half worn that front right. being really put through its paces through that turn. Mocking Weeks slowly catching it back up with him though. Slipstream working between the two similar cars. Mocking fires one up the inside. Pilgrim can't defend that, just has to stick with him. Comes back into turn 2 though. Mocking Weeks carries great speed through there, pulls a little bit of time over Pilgrim again. A little bit wide through there for him maybe. He's kept that gap between himself and Pilgrim for the time being, still just within slipstream range, although that is slowly opening up. Just falls outside of slipstream range now. Can Mocking Weeks just disappear? Medium tyres still got plenty of life left in it. Pilgrim will certainly be thinking about changing tyres. Look at that front right. See how he gets on through the next couple of turns with that tyre. Goes up high. Oh, just holds it out the wall. That tyre absolutely broken. Medium's looking good. Through to third then. Obi-Wan still battling for fourth on those hard tyres as Apache sneaks one up the inside. Apache on the medium tyre as well. Obi not doing too bad really, he's not lost that many more positions, still holding fifth. Hard tyre looking really good. There's a little gap up the inside as well to try and have a go at Apache back along this start-finish straight. He's carrying the speed, he'll have the inside line coming into turn 1. Apache's going to try and sneak back up the inside here using the slipstream and the soft tyres. Obi's had to give him room, but he can't carry the speed through, so Obi holds that fourth position. And they're all closing back up on Pilgrim here. Mocking Weeks now 2.9 seconds up the road. Medium tyres looking great still. Oh, front right absolutely gone on Pilgrim's. He's definitely coming in the pits this lap. Mark straight up the inside. Look how easy that was for him on those semi-warm mediums. Pilgrim does fire himself into the pits. Obi up to third, then Apache up to fourth with Pilgrim's departure. Hoggy fifth, Manny sixth, Dazzler in seventh. Pilgrim taking on board fuel. He's got a fresh set of tyres on, not necessarily soft. I know it shows softs, but it does change. Ah, there we go. When he actually leaves his pit box, he's got a set of mediums on now. But he's a long way off the field. 16 seconds back, 26 seconds, 27 seconds from race leader Mocking. He's now 5 seconds clear from... Oh, okay. It's all gone wrong for Mark somewhere. He's lost that second. He's dropped to fourth. Obi-Wan and Apache have got past him. Little mistake on his part then somewhere. Tiny little bit of traction loss perhaps. Still everyone reasonably close on track. Most drivers just outside of each other's slipstream range, unfortunately. Pilgrim back on track then on those mediums. Trying to close those gaps down. 17.7 seconds behind. But that's his tyre option done. He can go for whatever he wants now. He's had both options on. Mocking Weeks quite happy to just keep doing qualifying laps. You can consistent 101s. And amazingly, Apache's back into second place. Sorry, Obi's back into second place on that hard tyre option, which was causing him all sorts of incidents and accidents at the start. Loss of position. Mart in the pits this lap. He's fed up with the mediums. Apache in third. They are starting to show a fair amount of wear now. And that little mistake, probably just the catalyst he needed to send him into the pits. Just came out ahead of Pilgrim, but Pilgrim's carrying the speed down that start-finish straight, so Mart finds himself at the back of the pack. Only 2.4 seconds behind Pilgrim. We'll see what happens when everyone else comes in the pits. Watkins still pulling time at the front, 5.7 seconds. Still not opting to pit yet. Quite happy on those mediums as it stands. Just put in a 102, that might trigger him to dive into the pits. He'll be pretty much done consistent 102s, quite low 102s. Still only 5.5 seconds behind Mockin. Again, hard tyres still looking pretty good. That front right, still got about half life left in it, although he is starting to run out of fuel. So he'll be in the pits for fuel before he needs tyres, I think. Apache needs tyres. It's Hoggy almost needs tyres. Manny's on that hard option. That's showing a fair amount of wear on that front right now. Now, will Mocking Weeks come in this lap? No, still that 102 is not enough to trigger him to come in. He's still pulling time. Oh no, he's yo-yoing about the same. It was 5.7, it's now 5.5. 5.4 just drops. Still doing consistently good times here then Obi on that hard tyre option, only losing a second per lap. They're running the mediums, trying to run the mediums to fuel maybe. Apache might be in this lap though, that front right very broken. It's Hoggy also. He has closed up on Apache though. Manny, hard's not too bad. Tyre on for Dazzler, still looking great, half worn, less than in fact. Pilgrim out on his mediums, showing a little bit of wear on those now. Mark back out on his, oh he's gone for the hard option. 4.9 seconds behind Pilgrim. Apache does throw himself in the pits now. His tyres were looking probably the most broken out of all of them. Mocking Weeks hasn't come in again. Still happy on those tyres. Obi's starting to fall back from him now though. 6.3 seconds behind. It's Hoggy gets promoted to third, but he'll need to come in the pits for fuel and tyres any second. Yeah, Manny will definitely have to be in for fuel. He may as well swap his tyres while he's in there. Dazzler as well will have to come in for fuel. Pilgrim's already been in. Mark's already been in. And Apache has just come out on a fresh set of hard tyres for him as well. So the three drivers that have come in have opted to change the compound. So they can do whatever they want in terms of tyre compound now. Weeks drops off his mediums. And the driver just pulls in the pits as well behind him. Not that you can see them on track. Still says medium on screen, but it does change now, and he does go for the hard option. It's Hoggy was the other driver that came in the pits. Also going for that hard tyre option. So Obi-Wan then leads, but he might be in this lap. He does need fuel. Might be able to do another lap though, but he does opt to come in 6.1 seconds ahead of Manny, who still hasn't stopped yet either, and stays out. Dazzler also not stopped. Will be in next lap though, running very low on fuel. Pilgrim hasn't got any need to come in. Obi-Wan just gets released now, then drops onto track in 4th position. Got Locking Weeks and Mark closing right up on him though. He's gone for the medium tyre option. Weeks and Mark both closing up on him. So is that everybody except Manny and Dazzler, I think, that have come in the pits? Yeah. Manny's coming in now. Yeah. Race over if he doesn't, he's out of fuel. Dazzler exactly the same. Oh, literally no fuel in that tank as he comes in. Pilgrim around that final turn then will retake the race lead. "16 minutes in then. Pilgrim leads. Everybody now has been in the pits and back out. Not quite. Manny and Dazzler still just filling it with fuel. Pilgrim then 3.1 seconds ahead of Obi. So he had Pilgrim had the hard tyre on. Sorry, the medium. No, he didn't. He had the softs on. He blew them out very early. He stuck a set of mediums on. It won't be long before they come in. Obi in 2nd, started on the hard tyre, dropped onto the medium, starting to close up on race leader. Locking Weeks and Mark both started on the mediums, now on the hards. Just saw Mark drag a bit of paint off the side of his car coming into the tunnel. Slowed him down a little bit. Apache also been in, fresh set of hard tyres on for him. It's Hoggy on the hards. Dazzler out on the hards, and Manny back out on the mediums. So he started on the hards and now on the mediums. So that is everybody with their tyre options done. Manny shoving Dazzler down the track, giving him a little bump draft down there. Close the pair of them back up onto the drivers in front, or hopefully. There's Pilgrim then. That front right starting to really show its wear on the mediums. Won't be long before he's in again. At which point this man retakes race lead. And he's on the faster tyre now as well, that medium. As he worked his strategy out well enough, Obi. Pilgrim stays out. Obi closes up though, only 1.8 seconds between them. Weeks 3rd, Mark still closing up on him, 0.7 of a second, despite taking a bit of paint off his car in the tunnel. Gap coming down, 0.6. Loses a bit of time through there though, Mark. Apache just in the background. Just keeps it out of the wall on the exit. In 5th, 6 seconds in front to Martz. He's got 2 seconds behind it. It's Hoggy. He's bringing that time down though, Hoggy. Keep an eye on that. Manny then back out on the mediums. He has finally got himself ahead of Dazzler, not pushing him around this circuit anymore. There is Dazzler. These two kind of racing together. Manny's kind of offline through there, allowing Dazzler to come back through. Maybe a little bit of contact between the two. Look at this, Pilgrim stays out again. That tyre absolutely done for on the front. And Obi right up his rear end now, just 0.6 of a second behind him. And closing. Almost able to squeeze one up the inside through there. Easy as they come into the tunnel, just able to carry so much more speed through there than Pilgrim. See him disappear off into the pits. There he goes. So that frees up Obi then. Look at the gap behind him, 3.9 seconds. It's only going to grow bigger. Medium tyres still looking good for Obi. Weeks second then on that slower tyre. Can't keep with the pace of Obi. Just keeping himself ahead of Mart. That's opened up a little bit more through there as well. 1.6 seconds between those two. Apache still 6 seconds behind him. It's Hoggy still not been able to close that gap up. Stays at 2.1. Dazzler and Manny back at it. Dazzler back into 6th. Manny 7th. Pilgrim back out the pits now on another set of hard tyres. It's 3 sets in 21 minutes for Pilgrim. Look at this, Obi making the medium tyres work for him. 4.9 seconds near as damn it up the road from Mocking Weeks. And again, just going to continue to pull time. Mocking in second then. Still being harassed a little bit by Mart, although Mocking able to take that turn 2 a little bit quicker than Mart. Almost every lap he seems to open up a little bit more time between him and that 3rd place. He's kept his hard tyres in much better condition as well. There was a lap or 2 between them in terms of when they came in the pits. And maybe Mark came in a little bit earlier actually on the mediums. I think he ditched them quite early. Won't be long before he's in the pits either. Just see Apache and It's Hoggy in the background. Made up a little bit of time then It's Hoggy. 0.4 of a second on Apache in front. Manny and Dazzler still neck and neck. And these two have had a really good battle. Again, not too sure whether they're actually... Oh! Dazzler! A little bit too quick round that turn. Unfortunately, that puts his Lexus into the wall. No damage. Have we got damage off in this lobby? Should it be on? I don't know. Look at this now. Obi just making short work of everybody else. 6.3 seconds. That medium tyre just worked wonders for him. He stuck the hard on for stint 1. It was only him and AN other driver. Was it Manny? Yeah, it was Manny, the other driver that had the hard tyre on from the start. And Obi, although he lost a few positions quite early on, all of a sudden he just seemed to figure out how to make them stick, unless it was just the other drivers losing time. Ended up clawing his way all the way back through, and as the race leaders came in the pits, he took first, continued on for several more laps on his hard tyres, and managed to get in the pits and back out. And here he is, 6.8 seconds ahead of anyone else at the minute. Medium tyre starting to show its wear though, just under quarter of a tank for him. Hard tyres still looking good for Mockin, plenty of fuel in that car as well. He's still pulling time over Mark, that front right of his showing loads of wear, starting to run out of fuel as well, Mark, so he'll be in either the end of this lap or the next, I would have thought. Apache still holding fourth. Hard tyre not looking too bad. It's Hoggy definitely closing up on him though in that Nissan GTR. That's come all the way down to a second. And he needs to make up another tenth to be able to pick up that slipstream just as they come down to this fast start finish straight as well. It's not working at the minute. Okay, Mockin and Mark both dive in the pits this lap. Mockin will get out ahead though, regardless. He's got more fuel in his tank. Mark's got to take on an awful lot. Yeah, Mockin already out. I don't even think he took on fuel. I think he just took on a fresh set of tyres actually, Mockin. Yeah, a fresh set of mediums on for him. Still on board with It's Hoggy then as he continues to chase down Apache. Both on a semi-worn hard tyre. They've now got Mockin Weeks just 4.2 seconds behind them with a super fresh set of mediums on. Race leader comes in now. He's going to drop his worn mediums off. Coming down to 0.9. Mockin Weeks is still closing up on the pair of them as well. That gap from 4.5 down to 4 seconds. He's on the medium tyre, so very much faster than these. There he is. Just jump to Apache's, have a look at his fuel. So he's got just over a quarter of a tank. Apache back off the throttle through there. Doesn't help It's Hoggy though, he's got to back off the throttle himself. And all the time Mockin is closing up on the pair of them, gap down to 2.8 seconds. Medium tyres, super fresh, half a tank of fuel left as well. Worn set of mediums, plenty of fuel left on for him though. Obi back out on another set of hard tyres, full tank of fuel. Pilgrim on the hards, 3/4 of a tank of fuel. Mart in 7th, fresh set of hards, half a tank of fuel. And Dazzler, half worn hards and about 1/3 of a tank. To the front then, Apache still leads. It's Hoggy unfortunately hasn't been able to bring that time down anymore. Stretched open a little bit to 1.3 seconds. Again, look at that, there is Mockin Weeks right behind them now, just 1.7 seconds. No slipstream for him just yet. It won't be long, a couple of corners time. Especially after he comes out of turn 2. He's been ridiculously quick through turn 2. Let's see how much time he makes up on these two. They are on semi-worn hard, so 1.8 seconds as we head down towards turn 2. Down to 1.2 by the time he hits turn 3. Less than a second then now between him and Hoggy. Really making those medium tyres work for him in this stint. Now, will he get a clean overtake, or will these two throw themselves in the pits before he gets the opportunity? It's well within slipstream range of its Hoggy now. .85, 186 miles an hour, heading into the bank turn. 0.4 of a second behind its Hoggy. Almost shoving him out of this turn. They're carrying so much speed. Sticks one up the inside of its Hoggy, but Hoggy holds on to the inside line through this next turn. Weeks nowhere to go. Both closing up on race leader though. Just 0.8 of a second between the top 3. Carries good speed through here. Both drivers look like they're peeling in the pits. Yes, they are. Mocking picks up a tiny bit of slipstream before he peels back out onto the circuit to retake race lead. Obi-Wan still a long way back actually. 11.7 seconds. That short little pit stop for Mockin's worked a treat. Just sticking on a fresh set of tyres with that half a tank of fuel. And off he goes. 11.7 seconds ahead of Obi. And on the faster tyre. Just over 18 minutes left of racing. Tyres on for Pilgrim. He's keeping himself right there with Obi, just 2 seconds behind him. Fresh set of hard tyres on for Obi though. A little bit more grippier. So Mart back up to 4th with other drivers throwing themselves in the pits. 4 seconds behind Pilgrim. Nearly 6 seconds ahead of Manny. Fresh set of mediums on for him. Dazzler hasn't changed tyres, so still got the hards on for Dazzler. Apache and its Hoggy both came in at the same time. They've both got a set of hard tyres on. Still good battles happening here at the back of the pack as well. 32 minutes in. Very different lines for those drivers through there. Look at the speed that its Hoggy carries with that different line past Apache. Gets himself through. Should be able to take Dazzler reasonably easy. Dazzler's not changed his tyres. These two have. Closes up on Dazzler. Apache not close enough to bump draft. That time down then to Dazzler in front. Again, dragging Apache along, but not close enough to go for an overtake. I'll go for a late dive into turn 2. There's a little think about it. Oof, tiny bit of contact there with the wall. Doesn't do him too much damage. Slow down at all anyway. no, Dazzler. His tyres have let him go through there. That has allowed It's Hoggy and Apache through. Yeah, just stepping out a little bit through that turn for Dazzler. Pinged him off into the wall. Oh, Mocking Weeks catches the wall through turn 2. Yeah, no damage. I think damage is off. 12.7 seconds ahead of Obi. Medium still looking pretty good. Just over half warm on that front right. That's the tyre you've got to watch. Still pulling time over the second place driver though. Pilgrim's Hards starting to cost him a bit of time in that chase to Obi in front. Gaps open from 1.7 to 3.8. Hart another 3.6 seconds behind him. Manny's another 4.2 behind him. 4.7 back for It's Hoggy. Half a second back for Apache. Dazzler back up to speed. But running out of fuel, tyres about to give up as well. So he might be in this lap. No, he's going to stay out. Okay, 14 minutes left on the clock. Mocking Weeks doing alright at the minute. 13 seconds ahead of Obi still. Medium's starting to show a little bit of wear. He's going to have to come in and get that looked at. Quarter of a tank on as well. Now, Obi's got plenty of fuel on. His tyres are looking good. Is this going to be enough to last him till the end of the race? Is he going to manage to squeeze past and get that P1 position off of Mocking Weeks? Mocking Weeks will never be able to get that fuel and tyre combo to last for another 13 minutes. Has he played his strategy well then, Obi? Is he going to go for the overtake while Mocking's in the pits? Ooh, not with crashing into the wall like that, it's not going to help him. Pilgrim falls a little bit further back as well. Still plenty of fuel in that car, but tyres need changing pretty damn quick. Mark not looking too bad, although he does need fuel. Tyres are just half warm. May as well get a fresh set on when he comes in. Now, what's everyone going to go for? Mediums for the last stop if they do come in. During qualifying, the soft tyres were wearing out after about 3 laps, so possibly not those. It's Hoggy and Apache could potentially run to the end on fuel and tyres. Dazzler coming in now though, he is actually out of fuel. So Mocking that front right, edging closer to be changed. Still a few laps of fuel left in that car. He is keeping himself at that 13.3, 13.2 seconds ahead of Obi. But it looks like he's coming in this lap. Wants to get it over and done with. At least if he does come out behind Obi, he could try and put it to him in the last 10 minutes. Tyres go on. Fuel going in. How much does he take on? There goes Obi. Here comes a Pilgrim, but Mocking Weeks just being released now. Pilgrim carrying the speed past him. He does, but Pilgrim, that tyre. Is he going to risk it for the rest of the race on that tyre? He's got plenty of fuel, I think. Mocking out then, fresh set of mediums right in front of Mark. He's also going to have to come in for fuel. I don't think he's going to do 10 minutes on that flashing red fuel tank. Manny could be alright. That medium not looking too bad at the minute. It's Huggy looking good. Apache looking good. Dazzler out again. Fresh set of tyres. And a quarter of a tank of fuel on. Is that going to be enough? Obi then 7.4 seconds lead. Mocking the next man out on track with his super fresh set of tyres. Plenty of fuel on. Can he bring that time down? Pilgrim in the pits this lap then. So that tyre has caught him out. Gap staying around 7.5 seconds. So 10 minutes left on the race timer. Mocking Weeks is quick around this few turn 2, turn 3, turn 4. Carries a lot of speed through there versus everybody else. Starts to take chunks out of Obi-Wan's time now then. Is it going to be enough before the end of this race though to retake race lead? Again, Ma almost out of fuel. He's going to have to come in for a splash and dash. Unfortunately, I think that's going to allow Manny to come past him. He does come in now. Here comes Apache. Sorry, Manny. It could be these two as well. They do go through. Mark tyres on. Taking on just enough fuel he needs to get round this one. It's falling down the order though, unfortunately. Pilgrim goes through. He's going for the mediums. Half a tank of fuel, but he's been left in 7th. A lot of work to do then. 9 minutes left to do it. Obi still leads then. This final stint, tyres and fuel looking pretty good for Obi. He is still losing time to Mocking Weeks though, down to 5.9 seconds. Can't actually see him on track at the moment. Manny in the pits this lap. This is where Mocking makes up time, not so much on the full straights. Oh, there goes Obi through turn 2 here. Turn 3 here. Time still falling. 5.2 seconds. I don't know whether it's going to be enough though before the end of this race. Apache in 3rd then at the minute, still being harassed by It's Hoggy. These two have had a real ding dong pretty much all race. Very close together. Pilgrim then up to 5th position. Manny in 6th. Mark back out the pits right behind him in 7th. Manny's on the soft tyre for this final stint. Mark's on the medium. Can he make those get past the set of softs? And Dazzler out on the fresh set of mediums. Oof. You better hope he's got enough fuel in that car. Time still coming down then between Obi and Mocking, but still not sure if it's going to be enough before the end of this race. Visibly closer on track, gap down to 4.5 seconds. Makes it all up through that middle part of the track. Along this, oh, okay, Obi coming in then. He's decided he wants a fresh set of tyres. Is he going to stick a set of softs on and try and put it back to Mocking? Yes, he is. So he comes out in 2nd position. A lot of work to do now though. 9.2, 9.3 seconds behind him. Very fast set of tyres on though. He's only got to make these last 6 minutes. He's got absolutely pile the pressure on them as hard as he can. So 9.9 seconds, pretty much 10 seconds between Mocking Weeks and Obi. That is a very tall order to do in 4.5 minutes now. It's Hoggy up to 3rd position then, still being harassed, these two, by Apache. I forget which one's been in front most because they've been swapping positions pretty much all race. Pilgrim then on his mediums chasing those two down, 2 seconds behind them at the minute. Manny still holding 6th on those soft tyres. Mark's not managed to make the mediums get past him just yet, still sticking right there with him. Dazzler 11 seconds down and could potentially run out of fuel here again unless he comes in the pits. Okay, half a second gone for Locking. Less than 5 minutes on the clock. He's going to bring that time down. Obviously he's a lot quicker through some of these sections with a grippier tyre. It's not going to be anywhere near enough to get him within a fighting chance of going for an overtake. Staying pretty high actually, 9.8 seconds. Just seen Mocking Weeks go around turn 1 there. The gap's still at 9.5 as Obi-Wan crosses the line. 4 minutes remaining. It's Hoggy 3rd, Apache 4th. Who knows where these two are going to end up? Pilgrim might slowly get himself involved. He has taken half a second out of those two in front. There they go again, not going for a position change. Apache just squeezing his way through. Oh, no he doesn't. It's Hoggy, carries the speed around the outside. Brings Pilgrim right into this fight now. Hard tyres on for 3rd and 4th. Medium tyres on for 5th place Pilgrim. Apache down here. Apache takes a slightly tighter inside line. Look at this. Bump draft. Another bump draft. Still bump draft around this bank turn as well. Apache tries to go up the inside, it doesn't work out. That's left the door wide open for Pilgrim to come through. Drops him into 4th position. He can chase down. It's Hoggy now. Maybe drag Apache along. Again on the faster tyre here, Pilgrim. Just keeping himself in check, half a second behind. Still 0.6 of a second between these two though. Starting to come down, Apache closing back up as well. Gonna have a look at the top two in a second, although there is still big gaps there. Holding that car to the outside, just carry the speed round it. Pilgrim's got to try all over again. Right, let's go and have a look at the front then. So the gap has come down, but it's not going to be enough. Still 7.5 seconds between them. Mocking Weeks crossing the line then. He might even see another lap after this one. Depends if he decides to stick the brakes on and cross the line with Obi-Wan about a second behind him, or whether he continues on to do a lap all on his own. 7.5 seconds then. Can't make that up in a lap. Couldn't even make that up in 2 laps without mistakes from the drivers in front. Pilgrim then gets the inside line coming off turn 1. He's going to hold that inside line, although it's Hoggy has looked quick around the outside. Oh, tiny bit of contact between the two of them. Pilgrim does get through. It's Hoggy 4th then. Apache still hanging on to these two in 5th. Oh, it's Hoggy having another little look back up the inside on Pilgrim. It's not going to work though. Pilgrim's just going to start pulling away now, I think. Weeks crosses the line then. Obi-Wan just slows down a little bit, crosses the line to take second, decides he's not going to do that second lap and chase down Mocking Weeks, but comes home in second. Pilgrim made the move just at the right time, came home to take third then. It's Hoggy 4th, Apache taking 5th. Mart coming home in 6th, getting past Manny in the end. Manny's tyres absolutely blown out. Comes home in 7th. Dazzler should take 8th. Mocking Weeks I don't think is too far behind him. No, he's not. Round the final corner then for Dazzler. And he's gonna... Oh, I thought he was going to finish in the pits. But he's run out of fuel again. Mocking Weeks though fires it up towards the checkered flag, winning the bag for him, and crosses the line sideways and into the wall. And there it is, high speed ring done and dusted. Some decent close racing between a few of those drivers then. Very, very varied strategies going on. Almost brought everybody back together at the end, but not quite. There it is, Mocking taking the win then in round 2. Obi coming home in 2nd. There you go. It's Hoggy saying it's all about the side-by-side, because that's pretty much what him and Apache were all race. Literally all race. Side-by-side. There it is, official results then. Mocking on the top spot. Obi-Wan 2nd. Pilgrim 3rd. It's Hoggy 4th. Apache 5th. Mart in 6th. Manny 7th. And Dazzler in 8th. So... same time, same place next week then, people. So I'm back on Saturday night at 8 o'clock for another session of the Nürburgring action with Just for Fun Driving Club, and then same time, same place, like I say, 9 o'clock Sundays for round 3 of P1 Race Community's Japanese Super GTs. Same format, exactly the same thing, but just next week, not this week. And that's pretty much it from me, people. I hope you've liked what you've watched. If you have, like, comment, subscribe, do all that sort of stuff. Most of all, you know what I want you to do. Tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.